Oh, hello, and welcome to our today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time, March 30th edition, all day. And today, what happened? In 1904, one Herbert Van Thal was born. Was he just one, or was he 30? Different Herbert Van Thals. That's also not actually true. 30 volumes of the Pan horror series would be one of, if not his primary legacy that he left for the world. These are really good. So this is 1 through 30, and arguably the whole Pan series and you know, everything associated with Herbert Van Thal goes well beyond just the these books here. But this is number 1, Pan Book of Horror Stories, 1959. It goes for 30 years. After his death, he just keeps publishing. It's not true. Other people took over the mantle because this was like a very popular thing in Britain. Anthology, short fiction, horror, just weird, creepy tales, really. I guess the best comparison would be like EC Comics in you know, comic book form, as far as like what they were doing very often. Usually this is like content that would kind of jump off the newsstands and attract young kids into fantasy, horror. This wasn't fantasy, it was horror. It was all horror all the time. Less monsters and more just like twisted people. This is kind of why I'm saying it's like more easy, like crime suspense stories and like the EC in that way. Yeah. Let's go through some more of these here. You've got some Charles Birkin content in here. You've got some Ray Bradbury. But mostly it's a lot of unknown authors for the time, for now. These weren't mostly like weird fiction, household names. Such a thing's a possibility. Yeah, but they just get like darker and darker as they go. For instance, like here's the 12th one as an example. By Herbert Van Thal. This one's from 1971. None of these are names that I'm familiar with. David Case, Barry Martin, Alan Hillary, Patricia Highsmith, Rachel Kemper. But I mean, these are all just designed to give children nightmares in the 50s, well, 59, so 60s, 70s, and 80s, I'd say. That's a good one, cover-wise. Good one. I wonder how much of this was, you know, the content that kids were keeping them up at night, or was it just the book covers in bookstores that their parents said you can't have this? I don't know. Pretty great though. I like, as you can like see, as the years progress, and kind of like the aesthetic and the production value changes a bit, and yet still carries the same punch. This is I think he passes away either in the 26th volume or 25th, something in that ballpark. Ooh. No lurid cover on that one. That might be his. Oh yeah, right. So that's probably the last one he was involved with, because now it's selected by Clarence Paget. From 26 onwards. That's a good one. Ending with the big 3-0, featuring, again, probably stories or writers that are not well known today. Not entirely always the case, though. Starting off with Stephen King, Lawnmower Man, but then moving on to Murray Pickles, Norman P. Kaufman, who I saw was in some of these earlier ones as well, Stephen Edwards, Jonathan Cruz, Rosemary Timperley, a couple others. That's 1989. So 30 years. I mean, could you ask for a more successful run? I don't know that you could, really. Yeah. What else? Sonny Boy Williamson, born today, 1930. That's like the other Sonny Boy Williamson. Very confusing. I'm more of a Sonny Boy Williamson, the first fan, but I appreciate what Sonny Boy Williamson, the second, brought to the table. I just say that because, like, pick a different name. You got a million names out there. You, like, appropriated somebody's name who was already a well-respected, well-renowned blues musician. Anyway, John Astin, born today, 1930. Here is a TV guide featuring Gomez and Morticia from the Addams Family. John Astin, of course, also was in the 1960s Batman. I think he had played a supporting role in West Side Story, the movie, Robert Wise film. You know, just much like this 30-year legacy career of Herbert Van Thal, John Astin has had, I don't know what the numbers are, but several generations worth of a legacy. Yeah, Lena Lovitch, born today, 1949. Huge fan of Lena Lovitch. I don't think she gets anywhere near as much attention as she oughta. Yeah, somebody else who needs all the attention possible because she is sure worth it is Lietta Harvey, who was Gulita on Jeepers Creepers Theater in Los Angeles. Gulita, the TV show, premiered today in 1963. You can find out all about her and the long legacy of horror hosts in Southern California in this book here, Jim Fetter's Creatures of the Night That We Loved So Well, expanded edition. I don't know what's going on with Jim Fetters. He's seemingly disappeared from the internet. I hope he has not disappeared from the world. This is a great book. Here is Gulita. All of her content is lost from the TV shows she was in. There are shooting scripts in here of her content, a couple of really rare photos. And the only thing that still exists from like a video or film content is her audition tape, which has her dressed in basically a character that, like a early version of what her character was going to look like before they settled on like her visuals. But she's just absolutely hypnotic and well worth checking out if you're unfamiliar. Yeah, Creatures of the Night I Love So Well. It's a good day for it. 1974 today, the Ramones played their first public set at New York City's Performance Studio. That's on, I want to say 20 East 18th Street, which is just north of Union Square and just west of where Max's Kansas City was. I think it was just like a gallery space, I think. I don't know if I've seen any photos of what it looked like at the time, but I wonder if they weren't picking that location because of its proximity to Max's to say like, hey, if you happen to be just around the corner, why not come over and check out this brand new band somebody you've never heard of before called the Ramones. Yeah, I don't know. One can dream. Anyway, that's it. The whole day. I think we're gonna maybe crack open a book. We have a lot of reading to do. 30 plus years of reading to do. That's it. March 30th, all day, from us to you. Till tomorrow.